Okay, YouTube, so this is part 2 of working on the Silver Age Spider-Man books. If you haven't watched, I just did Amazing Spider-Man 46, first shocker, so now I'm going to work on this Mysterio cover. Try to clean up this white a little bit, clean up the back cover a little bit. I got a crease right there, and get it in the press. All right, good old trusty eraser pen. Let me clean this off. If you see that tip start to get dirty, wipe it off so you're not just putting dirt on top of dirt. Cotton round, wipe this sucker off. Then this is the super fine tip eraser pen. When you got to get into those really tight areas, right here along this edge, there's some discoloration. And if I hit it with the big one, I'd probably wipe out some of that red and some of that black. I don't want to do that. This is boring. Fast forward through. I'm going to do the back cover in a minute. Some people enjoy watching this process. I don't know. It's kind of tedious, but it's got to be done. I really want this book to look good. Especially the edges of the pages, because that's where the dirt builds up that you can't really see. Ooh, I just noticed that. Why didn't I see that before? That sucks. Ah, magic. That is a beautiful thing. I should have took a before and after that sucker. Absorbing sponge took that sucker right off. I don't know what it was. It was pencil, grease marker. I don't know. But you can see I didn't mess with the color. If I used the eraser pen, it would have wiped that color right out. But this absorbing sponge did the job for the most part. There's still a tiny bit right there, but I didn't even notice that when I was looking at the book. All right, onto the back. All right, I'm not going to talk through this at all, so I can put this in 2x speed. let's see what we got here on this edge. This is these are waves in this back cover. So as crazy as it sounds, I'm not gonna try to clean this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish cleaning the edge. I'm gonna steam this to see if I can get these out. And then press it for a couple minutes to see if I can get it to open, and then try to clean that line out, these couple lines out, because that would make this back cover look a lot better. So let me finish cleaning this bottom, and then I'll steam it. Okay, so I'm not steaming this whole book at this moment. I'm just gonna steam this edge to try to loosen this fold, which has some dirt stuck in there. So I'm gonna try to steam this part, press it, and then try to clean out some of that dirt, steam it again, press it again. It didn't really loosen it up the way I wanted it to, but we'll see what happens. Worth a shot. Maybe if it loosens it up a little bit, I can get some of that dirt out of that seam. So I'm doing the same process. Backer board at the centerfold, cardstock inside the cover, front and back, silicone parchment paper on the bottom and the top, and it's going to go into press, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes. I'm not going to let it cool down completely because I'm going to take it out, try to clean that, and then steam it and get it back in. All right, so I put it in the press for about 5 minutes under heat and let it cool off for about an hour, which is not what I normally do, but I am going to be repressing this. Oops. All right, so it didn't really loosen, a little bit. I don't really feel it now. So now I'm going to see if I can get some of these lines out. And a lot of it is coming out, believe it or not. So for stuff like this, I use this kneaded high polymer eraser. It's a little bit harder. It gets a little deeper for something like this, opposed to using the eraser pen form. Eraser pen works, but it takes a little more time to do what you want it to do. So not gone completely, but way better than it was. Maybe with a press, it'll hide it a little bit more. So I steam it again. That damn stain's gonna piss me off. It just doesn't want to come out. So you could barely tell they were there. I mean, you could see them, but they're not. Is it going to make the grade better? Maybe, maybe not. Will it make it present better? You're not going to see these lines in the back cover? Absolutely. And sometimes, even if you can't increase the grade, how it presents is almost as important to some people, because if they get a nice presenting lower grade book compared to a high grade that looks like God knows what, some people might like that one that presents better. So not bad, not bad. Lines are almost gone. Still got a little bit of soiling here. It's stubborn, just doesn't want to come out. And you don't want to dig too far. In effect, compromise the ink. But I think it looks way better. You got that foxing line, tanning line on the edge. Lightened it up a little bit, but still there. Cover looks pretty good, so I'm gonna steam this one more time. Get it in the press for a final press. It's got that little bit right there on the white that I just can't get out. I don't want to force it, but you saw what it looked like. It looks way better. All right, so steam one more time in the press, and then I'll show you guys the final results. All right, see what we look like. That one crease that was here, that does have that little bit of that color break. So it's gone, but unfortunately there is a color break there. And then this is better, but it's also a slight color break. Overall though, it's a pretty nice looking book. And you got a couple ticks. Back cover looks way better. Those lines are almost gone. If you see right above my thumb, right above the word looking, you still see it a little bit. But overall, cleaned up pretty nice. You know, got that ED off the top. Fixed some of these issues. You know, it's gotta be a high side of mid-grade, I would think. So, hope you liked this video. If you did, stay tuned. I got more coming. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. See you next time.